Hype indeed. Second semi-final, the winner of this best of 5 faces Moon in the grand final. And it is two rising stars of the scene. Sock is carrying the flag for the humans a lot in these tournaments. And of course, I can ask Leon, what makes Sock so special?
Sock is so hard to copy. I think there's no other human who is playing so weird sometimes and so effective on the other hand. Sock is very intelligent, but also what makes him so special is also his biggest weakness. He's sometimes doing stuff which I don't understand why. But yeah, that makes him very unpredictable. He's playing very different approaches, different first heroes. Against Night Elf, he's playing tier 3, Alchemist second, Blood Mage third, Master Knights and Priests and Tanks suddenly. Sometimes he's playing just a tier 2 execution with Rifleman, Priest, Sorceresses, Spellbreaker, and Naga second. So this man has a lot of different openings, and that makes him very dangerous. On the other hand, we have Kaho, and I feel like, Kaho is the most... I feel like not in a disrespect way, but very predictable player. But it's like playing against Happy. He's so good in executing it, it doesn't actually matter that you know it.
Yeah, RazerMoon, what makes Kaho so special? Yeah, okay, exactly.
I would actually agree. So Kaho's execution is, in micro, of course, is probably one of the best, if not the best. I might actually compare him to Happy or even greater because, of course, difference is how fast your units run and stuff. But I must say that Kaho is maybe still, it feels like lacking a little bit of experience into anything non-standard. And Sock just showed that because he won him on Last Refuge some time ago, Blood Mage first. And then he was able to get some maps with triple Rex or double Rex Footman just killing the tree on Twisted Meadows. On a TP League, I believe. So let's see if Sock prepared. Sock is also one of my favorite players overall because it feels like, he has to me that foggy vibe where he's building a game out of just like a puzzle, out of a lot of small things, and they somehow come up all together, and he's hitting the timing, he's getting this, that done, and it just works somehow. So I'm very excited to see the potentially best and potentially best in the race.
Will we see a human in the grand final? That would be Hammerfall. Oh. Already. Yeah. Good. Okay, we got the maps. This is probably the best human night elf in the world right now. Kaho is destroying these humans on ladder. Sock is doing the opposite with night elves, and they have actually very few games against each other, and they're trading victories. In the race battle, it was 2-0 for Sock. At TP League, it was 2-0 for Kaho, and in TED Cup 16, it was 2-1 for Sock. So according to the series, it must be Kaho's win now, but it is a best of 5, and that's all a little bit different. So with the maps being done, with the players in the lobby, with the server selected, we are ready for the second semi-final. And Kaho is ready, Moon is ready, good luck, have fun. And we kick this off. Soccer's Kaho, man. This is gonna be an absolute banger. This is what we were looking forward to since Friday afternoon. Kaho was in the bracket with a lot of Westerners, went over Hitman and went over Starbuck. And this is a rehost that we have to go for. Sock, of course, eliminating Happy. That was so far the big story of this entire tournament.
He actually got us human players a lot of hope, just knowing that it's possible to beat Happy in a best of 5. I know that it is that way, that you can win against Happy, but I think I'm just speaking for a lot of players. It was very refreshing to see that Sock was playing so consistently.
I mean, Sock is definitely the man of the people, and knowing him defeating Happy and taking definitely the hardest player out of the tournament, that alone, I think that fact should give him some hope and some being fan favorite.
Yeah, we did a vote prior to the broadcast, and like 70% were in favor of Sock. Of course, we haven't seen a human in a long time. The last human in the final was actually Todd in like season 6 or something. Hawk made it to the final already. Neither Kaho or Sock has been in the War3 Champions final, so it would be new territory for them. What we can say is that we're definitely gonna have a new champion as Happy is out. Neither Moon nor Sock nor Kaho has won a championship so far, and now we don't need a rehost, but we do absolutely need a Razer and Leon cast for this.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Tide Hunters, I would say that's a little bit human favorite map, unless Kaho is gonna go for like Keeper and Hunt play, because then I think it just changes the sides entirely. Leon, what do you think is the hardest play that you might be facing as a human player here?
I played against Kaho today on Titans already. Like, I know what he likes to play. He goes for Demon Hunter first. He's going for the green one, for the orange spot first. He's getting the item. Then he goes for the green turtle in the mid, and then he wants to harass. So he has 2 items, in the best case, good items for the Demon Hunter. And then he's gonna go for a harass, trying to find Sock out of position and try to kill some peasants. I think that will be his game plan, and Kaho will try to get a really fast tier 3 bear Dryad combination.
Demon Hunter it is, you're absolutely right here. I've never seen, by the way, Kaho, I think, creeping level 3 and actually staffing into like the main base. Sock is definitely an expo player on the other hand, so there's definitely going to be an expo, especially given the Tide Hunters. And the Footman is going for the Scout or the Goblin Slab creep? It's going for the Scout, okay.
He will scout. I think there are 2 options. I think Sock will go for the orange near his base and then go for the expansion. He will try to... maybe he's going direct expansion? Nah, it's the orange, alright. And then he wants to go for an expansion. That's the most common way to play as a human on that map. And on the other side, Kaho already has Claws +4. Very nice item for the Demon Hunter, and now he will go for the turtle with the Demon Hunter, get level 2, and then harass.
Agree here on the plan. I think Claws though is like second best item after the ring, because the rings is something that makes your harass very efficient or not. If you're able to get like sometimes 2 rings from those 2 creep camps, that +7 armor Demon Hunter is just non-killable. It just comes and it immolates, and you need to try to waste its mana somehow. Kaho is not buying Circlet, going for straight harass towards Sock's expansion, and there are 2 rings for Sock, so Sock is rather getting unlucky with his items today.
It's also interesting that Kaho doesn't like to go for an immediate harass. Some might have wait with the Demon Hunter near the expansion and go for immolation directly when they see that the human starts the creeping. In that case, Kaho decides just to go for the creeping. 3 items already: a claw, ring, gauntlet, and also circlet now. So look at that Demon Hunter. He's looking very good. And but he's low on health, so Sock might get a very good amount of experience in the mid, and also no peasants lost. But as you can see, and that's what Kaho makes so strong as well, he's just going with the archers on a way which Sock is not expecting, and will try to get some damage done on the peasants.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be primary. Being Kaho, like it's hard to predict what he's gonna be doing because I'm not really like watching his game specifically into human players. But I would rather try to like get the blue staff right now and try to maybe staff, giving like Demon Hunter good items, like 4 relatively good items to staff into the main base, even being level 2, while archers are now trying to cancel the tower, and that wasn't successful.
It's so important for the Knight of to get the Arcane Tower, so he can do some damage on the peasants. So in that case, he didn't get it. But Kaho is very famous for going for Naga second and tries to push with a level 3 Demon Hunter. So he might get the level 5 creep. So that's very important now to see. Is he getting it? So he's near to level 3, or might Sock get it? Gets level 3 Archmage. This is a very important point now.
So expansion is now up for Sock. Still 0 peasants dead so far this game. Kaho's Demon Hunter is taking a lot of damage, but almost full mana, so it's not going to be a problem to really heal it. And Moonwalls are looking rather good. And there are four Moonwalls for Kaho. That's quite early. Now there is a fight. Naga taken. Who's going to get the... Is it a crab? I think that's a crab.
It's a crab, yeah. A big one. And,
the big crab.
The big crab in the in front of the goblin shop. Well, he will die in a second, so poor guy. But let's see who is get the experience. It's Kaho. Kaho gets the creep, which is very important now. And as a human player, you need to be careful that your footmen are not getting too much damage. We don't see any shop yet on Sock's side. He's attacking already. It's a very common time to tech, and Sock will try to get level 3 Archmage, so he might get a shot on Kaho's base. Kaho will just try to play passively, will try to say like, okay, you're not getting any damage done on my base, and I will get my timing done.
Timing might look good, but that's still 0 footmen and peasants dead, and I think if you just don't harass human at all, and now Sock is able to get the archer, it's actually getting denied by the creeps here, a little bit unlucky for Sock. That denies him being level 3 right now, and another archer is getting down, and that's level 3 Archmage.
Wow, that's very good for Sock now. Yeah, like getting level 3 Archmage here, so I think Sock is scouting for the expansion, and there is none. So it's very common for Kaho just to go for one-base play, go for some bears, drides, and good upgrades on his bears and drides. So Sock will try just to be annoying, so Kaho is not even able to leave his base, and try to get as much time as he can get, because he wants to get tier 2, he wants to get double Sanctum, maybe a workshop. And second hero, maybe a Naga, also MK is possible here, but I think Naga or Blood Mage.
Yeah, I think MK is still the best choice into Naga, because Naga, despite it being an intelligence hero, it's not really a mana-dependent hero, apparently. Panda is, of course, the mana-dependent hero, on the other hand, being a strength hero, so I think second Mountain King or Blood Mage, if we would be aiming for like that tier 3 play where you take your Alchemist third, but Sock, I think, is he likes to hit his tier 2 like 70 supply timing and just kill. Few peasants falling down now for Sock. Demon Hunter starts harass, and it's going really well for Kaho at the moment.
Yes, it looks very good. He has a potion now on the Archmage, and oh, this Demon Hunter is taking so much damage. It's actually insane here. And we see no second hero yet, and the Demon Hunter is low. He will try to just get the regeneration, and then heal up his Demon Hunter and go for another attack. So now is a very crucial point for the Demon player. He needs to make sure he's not getting too much damage from the Night Elf. Kaho was very good in forcing you in stupid fights. We saw that happening to Starbuck. He fell into the trap, losing too many units too early. So 2 bears already alive, and Sock will try just to take more and more time. You can see how long he's delaying his second hero just to get faster Sanctums up and so on. So he knows that's a crucial point now. He has a guard tower in his expansion, a 1 Arcane tower in his base, and I think now it's very important for Sock not to get into a stupid fight.
Yeah, I think so too. For me as a Night Elf player, it rather feels that like whenever a human is able to get 2 sources and 2 priests on the line, as well as some riflemen, that's the point where like you're stopped being able, you might deal some damage, but usually you're stopped being able to actually push through. And I feel like Kaho is just gonna add some more bears and drides and try to maybe buy a Zeppelin to try to drop into the main base.
That might be a move from him, that's true, that would be very strong. Because also, like, he has not the biggest creep speed because he lost all his archers, like 2 or 3 of them. Now you see the Zeppelin, very good call of you, and I think you might be right here. He wants to just drop into Sock's base and kill some peasants.
Yeah, and Kaho is actually dragging Sok in exactly. It's not exactly a stupid fight, but there are no sources, and it's extremely hard to fight bears if there are no sources. Rifleman, Footman, a few Footmen actually already down, and Kaho is just using his regeneration. Naga might be dead as well. There are no boots for Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is chasing Naga. Rifleman might not make it out as well, and it feels like, okay, Naga denies the Rifleman. Would Sok be able to deny Naga for the creep and put it actually run into the creeps? One more hit and... Oh, he did not.
That's the kind of fight I meant. Like, it's not the worst, but it can snowball, you know? Like, sometimes you run into that fight where you're not actually having some sorceresses, no priest, and like the Night Elf just tries to snipe one unit after another, and you never get the amount of units you need to get against the Night Elf player. And behind that, you can see that he's going for upgrades on his bears. He just wants to see all the creep camps. But now, let's see if he's able to do some damage. But I think as well, like, Sok's army is just too small.
Yeah, Sok's army, Sok is only at 48 supply, 9 of which is just now being in production. He could bank some more gold, and since Tidehunters is a single shop map, he's losing also Rifleman to the Thaus. I think if he's getting maybe 2 scrolls and somehow camps at his base, stabilizes right now, and then gets to that like strong 70 supply army, possibly creeping his Naga to level 2 at least, I think he still might have a shot here.
So what I like about Sok's movement here is that he says, like, no, you're not going to creep my camps. I don't want you to get high level Night Elf heroes, right? Because that's very strong. So he's threatening Kaho to creepjack him all the time, but also goes for a big risk, right? He can get some good stuff killed. He just is doing that because Kaho is not having any Dryades, and he's getting the Golem, which is very nice. It's a good item for him, maybe. Okay, the item is okay-ish. An Aura would be better. But Kaho now says, okay, I'm not going for that creep. I'm going for the red camp. I want the big consumable for my Demon Hunter. Just want to creep as well. And he's going for a counter expansion, which is very uncommon to see of Kaho, because that means like he sees, oh, I need to get an expansion done. My early game and mid game was not the best.
I think so too. We're about to see the second kind of big fight of the game right now. Sok is creepjacking Kaho, but Kaho doesn't have any Dryads and any Dispel. The first 2 just come now, and the Dispel was on the line. The first bear falling down. There is no orb and no staff for the Night Elf player, and Kaho's expansion is also ready with Nature's Blessing upgrade. Sok is hitting his timings quite well, and the question I have personally for you, Leon, as a human player, why do human players usually go for that one attack upgrade for Spellbreakers, even if they lose all their footmen? Does it really do that much for the Spellbreakers?
Actually, the defense upgrade is very good for the Spellbreaker, just because if you want to kite, every single damage you get on the Spellbreaker is a bit less damage, you know? So it's very important for the human player just to make sure he's not getting everything killed when he's kiting. So that's the reason why we go for the defense upgrade. The attack upgrade is also not that common to go for immediately, but he has also 1-0 on Rifleman, so that's actually very common to go for 1-1 on Spellbreakers and 1-0 for Rifleman. He's now teleporting immediately. He got one of Mana Stealing, not the best item in my opinion. But what I like is that Sok just stole the item. So no consumable for the Demon Hunter, and now he's going for the red one. So what we like to do as human players on Tidehunters is we contest the camp on the down side on the map, and then we are able to teleport to the red spot, because the Night Elf will never be able to contest that. So we go for some camps on the downside, try to get some items done, some kills, and then we teleport to the expansion and just creep the red spot. So that's a very nice move of Sok here.
Yeah, and Sok still has about 50 more seconds still. Kaho is going to be mining 2 base, which is going to be the same economy for him. And I feel like this is a time which Sok needs to use just to get like Naga level 3, some lost items, and possibly get those 2 scroll of healings and he desperately and definitely needs. Maybe start building a workshop. Oh, he actually has a workshop. So yeah, there is a first helicopter, or as I call him, helicopter, of course, flying machine, that's now gonna scout everything, see if there is an engine of wind is up for Kaho, and I think Sok needs to plan his time in attack right now.
So this is now the timing to go for a fight. Sok has 79 supply. He has 1 heal scroll, maybe a second one, 2 heal scrolls. It's perfect. So Kaho has just 0-1 upgrades. He's going for 1-1. And actually Sok needs to fight now. He has 2 heal scrolls. He has a big heals potion on his Archmage. And now the fight begins. First slow is kicking in. And Fork Lightning as well. Now he's starting to kite a bit, trying to deny the damage of the bears a bit, and he's killing the first bear, and I feel like Sok is in a good position here.
Yeah, I think so too. First of all, position was great, and actually Demon Hunter, I think, was trying to best some item, and he dropped a parry up that was later on picked up by the Archmage. So Sok is stealing the item, and Kaho seems to be actually falling down here. A lot of casters, mana sources looking really good. No Ancient of Wind still, and the mining on Kaho's expo is not just started because he was too busy microing in the fight, so he forgot to actually transfer Wisp. Still double scroll for Sok available, and I think that looks like he might be doing it. It's tricky to push the Night Elf into his main base with the Moonwells there, but Kaho is known for his unwillingness to do the Wellspring upgrade, and therefore this expansion, I think, will go down.
What I love to see is that Sok is actually anticipating to Kaho's style. He knew that Kaho will try to steal all the camps in front of him, so he contested them in a weird way that I thought, like, I don't know if it's the best idea, but actually it was, because he delayed the creep speed of Kaho to get some time for his units, and now he's just on 80 supply. He has a big bank behind it, he has good items, he has level 4 Naga, and he didn't even use a heal scroll in the last fight, so the next fight will be very important for Sok, not to lose too much, just to kite a bit, but he actually can just fight the bears with slow, with everything. The cow, like the Demon Hunter, is getting damaged so much immediately, and he got a staff out, and the bears are in a slow trap. I think Sok will do it here.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. Moonwells are very dry. Demon Hunter went for evasion level 3, so Immolation doesn't seem to do much here, and that's a call. GG from Kaho.
So well played. Wow. Kaho was playing very passively. I felt like, and that's what I actually know of him, like when he's going for the Demon Hunter level 2 play, he just creeped the other green spot. I think it was a big mistake. His Demon Hunter had like half of HP, he could not kill any peasant, and then Sok said like, all right, I'm just going for some creep jacks on you, and I will just try to delay you and get a level 3 Archmage as well.
Dude, what a game. Great start for Sok in this, especially after he caught like 2 archers off guard and killed them immediately. Then the returning expo push by Kaho was pretty good as well. What I really liked was how he contested the tavern, so that's the reason for the super late second hero for Sok, was not that he was thinking about it, but just he couldn't get to the tavern until a very long time. But then Kaho fell off a little bit. He is stubborn at times by expanding too late, and that bit him here. I felt like he had the time. The pushes didn't work out too well, and then Sok just with an overwhelming mass and pretty much perfect execution in the later stages. Game is up with a 3 at the end. And we also, I think we got more support towards the prize pool. Yep, Nicholas with another 11 euros. Sir Samsa with an orc profile picture. Mugamba is in as well as Wintermute. Love to see it, and love to see game 2 now as well. The human is 2 maps away from the grand final. Next map is Autumn Leaves, and that could definitely be wild, boys.
I'm so interested to see now what Sok will do on Autumn Leaves.
What's your prediction?
I think you... Oh.
No, you go.
You can go.
Okay. My prediction is Kaho is going to play his keeper here, and I think he is going to make it 1-1 here, but I'm letting the words for you, Neo and Leon.
All right, let's see if Sok's pulling ahead 2-0 and gets another step closer to the grand final, or if Kaho can tie this up. Autumn Leaves in this matchup, Leon. What's the characteristics of this map here?
Quantum Leaves is very famous for the mid timing. That means you have good creeps in the mid. You have a Merc Camp, you have a Goblin Lab, very good items as well there. And I think like when you go for the natural expansion, you have a good positioning to contest the mid creeps. If you go for the expansion on the side, you're more out of position the whole game because your early game will be around the Goblin Shop and the green spots. So there's just different timings. I like to go for the natural immediately or the green and then into the orange creep spot because you got level 2.3 Archmage and you can go for the mid and maybe contest also some creeps or the expansion of your opponent. We see in Archmage, it's not very uncommon to go for that on that map, and a Keeper, and as we saw yesterday, Moon playing against me as well, the creeping with the Keeper, immediately the expansion here.
Okay, yeah, that is gonna be the opening. China has never won the W3Champions Finals as the only region next to the Americas, who of course don't win anything anyway. So Kaho, the last remaining hope, otherwise we might get, I think, our first Korean Grand Final. Yeah, that should be it if Sok continues to play this way. But Kaho switching it up, no Demon Hunter no more, but Keeper with a lot of Entangle and a lot of Treants.
So it will be interesting to see if just Sok is going for the direct expansion. I think it's right. Yes, he goes for the direct expansion at his natural. He's scouting with his footman to see what creep route Kaho is going for. And now he knows, okay, I can creep this very easily and then have no like threatening push of a Demon Hunter or a Keeper coming and trying to harass.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that can happen to you, of course. The peasants will suffer until you have an Arcane Tower up, and that obviously takes some time. The human early game, always some time to suffer against Entangle and Treants. We know that, but Sok is the one being aggressive. Super fast creep of the natural, and now it's time to hunt some trees and to hunt some archers again.
This map is very tricky for the Night Elf because he's relying on the XP from the footmen, like killing them, because getting level 3 Keeper is very important and it's so rough to get without like, you know, giving too much space to the human player. So what we see now is Sok saying, no, you're not gonna creep, I'm just killing one tree and I'm getting level 2 and you stay on level 1 Keeper.
Yeah, and that means, of course, no entangle. Some freedom on Sok's side. He's splitting his forces really well. A little bit of chip damage against the Keeper. A little bit of chip damage against archers. But can't deny that Water Elemental. And now entangle is ready.
I would have loved to see that he's denying that because level 1 Keeper is so fun to see all the time. He's not able to do anything but doing treants and he's not a big threat. So if you manage to delay that, it's very good for you. But Sok is very smart. He just went for the Arcane Towers, so he's delaying his own expansion. Meanwhile, Kaho is going for a direct expansion, which is very uncommon for Kaho, actually.
True. We saw on the last map especially, it was rather late. Kaho, a player with a lot of one base all-ins, but learned the lesson. Maybe a little bit map dependent here as well. You can push the Human Expo with some AP shenanigans, but that is definitely not Kaho style.
No, that's true. And now Sok is going for the expansion. He delayed it quite a bit, I think. He could have gone for it a bit earlier, but still it's very good for him. He did not lose any passive, I guess, right? It just killed a Water Elemental, right? So Sok is in a good position, and look at the Merc Camp. Sok knows that Kaho might want to pull it. You see the Wisp coming. So he does not want Kaho to get the Berserker and Shadow Priest because that gives Kaho timing, which might be very annoying. So you see the footman waiting there and gets entangled, which is a good trade. He was dead, like without. If he would not get entangled, he would be dead anyways. So the Keeper gets some damage on him, and the deny is not happening. That's a bit sad.
Yeah, not the Todd and Leon skills when it comes to denying, but Sok's still an above-average player, I'd say, even if he fails in that regard. And he's listening to the cast and is improving on that anyway, but there was a lot of footmen going down.
Yeah, I think you gotta see it like he got so much time. Like normally the Night Elf stands in your expansion with a Berserker and Shadow Priest, and you need to go for defense upgrade and so on. There's so many resources you need to put in, like I did against Moon. So everything gets delayed. So what Sock made sure is, okay, I lose Footman, but I'm not losing too much resources for my tech timing and so on.
And the tech timing is pretty good. Everything below the 6-minute mark with an expansion usually nice to have, and we're at 5:30, so that's good news. We got some mercenaries finally for Kaho.
It's weird to see, like, Sock wanted to get them, so he pulled the camp, and Kaho just had his whistle right on time and he got it. So it's a bit sad to see, because now he has a problem that he lost too many footmen, and now he has a problem that Shadow Priest and the Berserker will do a hell of a damage because he has no defense yet.
That is a problem indeed. So much piercing damage, as you said. No level 3 Archmage. At least he got level 2 for Aura, but that's about it. Kaho playing a strong timing, getting lots and lots of footmen, so Sock is forced to pull a bit of Militia. Goes into Lumber, of course. Would be nice to get the Berserker, but Kaho's control is his big asset, and of course he's not losing a unit here.
Oh, he's getting level 3 Keeper, and that's huge actually. So the Keeper is so good and do so many things. He can just stand in the mid of the map and just entangle everything. He can go for a lot of treants and pressure the expansion, what he's doing now with the Panda second. So it all comes to that point now. Is Sock able to defend that push in a good way and not losing too many peasants?
Yeah, this game is looking very, very different from game number 1. Not only does Kaho have a counter expansion, he's also applying a lot more pressure than he was able to do on Tide Hunters. His hero might be falling off a little later, but then the Panda is there to carry unless there's a lot of breakers, but I don't think so. So Sock is still in survival mode for 4 minutes.
Yes, and look at the lumber issue now already. Like, that's what I wanted not to happen, that Kaho was able to push with the Mercs, because it gives him so many things. Experience on the Keeper, it's getting him like so much time, not the Footman having in his base, because Nidals are actually in that moment very vulnerable. But the way Kaho is doing that is very nice. He's just going for an attack and tries to delay Sock's timing.
Oh, and that is super delayed already. Tier 2 is done. Blacksmith not finished. No resources for a second hero. No resources for a single Sanctum. And Kaho is just cruising smoothly towards Tier 3. Might need some work on the Panda, but apart from that, he's fine.
It looks very rough now for Sock. He wants to go for a Tier 2 Tavern hero, I guess, because he's so late in tech. Might be an Alchemist or a Panda. Okay, so he wants to kill the Tree of Life. He wants to surround it and kill it, but Kaho is in position. He has level 3 Keeper and some Treants. So now the counter push begins. Now the time for Sock to strike back. It's very important that he's doing some damage now, because he needs to get time for his Sanctums to get up and to get rifle back.
Yeah, it's almost a signature play for Sock to go for this, but not a single point of damage to the tree yet. It's all fighting against the range, and you might think, oh, he has defend, that should be rather easy, but against Panda Keeper combo, it absolutely is not. His Panda is suffering, getting entangled, getting wrecked. And just like that, an entangle can give you a kill. Keeper on Kaho's side should be safe. Love the Moonwell placement, so he has instant access to some healing and mana regen, and should be able to hold this with ease. But Sock is buying valuable time for Sanctums.
That's true, but he's delivering a lot of experience, and actually he's just delaying, I think, the creeping of the Panda. But the problem is that he should have killed some archers and so on, because his creep speed is still amazing for Kaho. He just can go for the mid creeping, which I said is very important on that map. He will get level 3 very easily, because look at Sock's state now. He's not able to compete in the mid. And this map is all about the mid and the timing you get there. So Kaho did very great in pushing the Sock's expansion and get some delaying done. And now Sock has still level 2 Archmage, the Keepers on level 3, and the Panda will get level 2 soon.
Yeah, Kaho not deterred from map 1 at all. So far, absolute clinic. It's about Panda leveling. Both are only level 1. Bears are coming in, master training in 2 seconds. And Sok, his army is still like way too weak. And while he was able to do some damage with the Footman before, this is not the case anymore if you face some Bears with Roar and Riju. And as you said a minute ago, this middle goes to Kaho.
I feel him though. I was on that spot so many times because, yeah, it's so rough to get back. The Night Elf is just punishing you once you want to compete it. You get entangled. The damage he has on his keeper and the Bears is way too much. So I think Sok knows, okay, I can't compete in the mid. I just go for maybe the orange on the right. Just he needs to creep now. He needs to do something. Like his levels are very low. He's on tier 2. He's not playing tier 3. So we need to see some creeping, we need some heal scrolls, but what you can see here is like he already has 2 ivory towers in his pocket in the inventory of the Archmage. So he wants to go for a push. He knows, when I want to win this, I need to have a good, like at least last shot, but I know I'm not able to compete in the late game.
Yeah, good luck with that. Kaho's already setting up the Ancient of Wind for the Fairy Dragons. There are 2 rifles, but probably not enough to deal with the fairies, and then they wreck the backline if they're positioned well. Here comes Kaho with the rest of the army. Should be lasted for a Sok. I'm not too sure actually. Panda is level 3 and goodbye frontline.
Wow, this damage is so strong with the Panda, and he has even like one more big mana egg, which will give him a new wave of Breath of Fires. So I think Sok did not kill anything, so the Bears would just fight them their ways through, and Kaho was like just playing so flawless here on that map.
Yeah, the supply is 78 to 60, and that's kind of normal in this matchup at this time, but not with a 20 food lead for the Night Elf. It's supposed to be the other way around. Sok stemming against the defeat. Kaho about to tie up the series, and the human player needs an absolute miracle here on Autumn Leaves. There is a little bit of a choke, so the Bears are clumped up. A little bit of damage is soaked up. That Breath of Fire, though.
My brothers, please. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Wow, what a Breath of Fire there. Was so amazing. Wow. Oh my god. It hurts to see, actually. Like, after such a fight, when I see a Night Elf teleporting like this, I'm like, okay, I'm on level 2 and 1. I have nothing left. Sok is a hero. He's staying in the game and he's trying his best. But we gotta say, like, everything what happens here is just because of his mid-game. Early game was okay, but his mid-game was very awful. So, normally, Sok should be in a different state. 80 supply, Spellbreakers in front. Level 2 Panda at least, or level 3 Archmage would be nice, but everything was very hard for Sok to establish. So Kaho's just snowballing now on the fact that he's saying, okay, I have 15 ranks, I'm so far ahead, and he will just enjoy every single Breath of Fire now.
Oh, for sure. He's getting closer to level 5 as well. Yesterday, we've seen you in not the best situations in the game, but yet you decided to stay in and fight. So what's the win condition for the human player in this regard?
Like, near 0%. But it's like, actually, just for the mindset, I feel like just practicing the fight, just... Like just get used to the ping, not to give up too early, just to say like, okay, I'm not like in a loser mindset, you know, like, okay, I lost it, I go out and I'm tilted. Just to say, okay, I try my best till the end, and it helps for a series just to stay focused. And I think it's not always about just winning every game, it's about like how to get out of the game. Like, okay, I tried my best, let's go next game.
I love that mindset. I mean, it's different from one player to the other. Like an Infi would probably tap out 10 minutes ago, but
yes.
As people like you and Sok try to fight till the end. We got a Blizzard transition that is doing some damage, but the focus fire is too hard, man. Can't catch up with the damage. The Fairy is in the perfect spot.
Oh my
Please
God.
don't cast anything right now until you're out of range. The Priest didn't get that message. Blizzard is supposed to be the savior, and it does a lot of damage, but you know what?
God.
The Panda has also AoE healing, not just AoE damage, and it is a slaughter.
Wow, what a play here. But all those people who say like Night Elf is too strong, I gotta say that like this
They're
game
right.
was over already. Yeah, they're right. No, I think Human is way too strong at the moment. You know that, Neo. So GG, well played. Kaho was just playing very well, and I think the biggest turnaround was that Sok wanted to pull the Merc Cam and get the Mercs, and Kaho just get them. So the problem is if the Night Elf gets the Mercs, he can do some pressure, and normally if he's not getting them, the Human can just go for a push on his tier 2 and just crush the Night Elf.
Yeah, I actually agree here. I would say that like the early was not that perfect because there was level 2 Keeper versus level 1 Archimage. So for a while, then the tower got up rather early, but the expansion was a little bit late. And then, of course, the 2 Rex play into Keeper that was level 2.5 already, and that eventually got to level 3. And then the Panda choice. I feel like it's a good hero if you're trying to play long macro game, because I think Panda is a very best against bears. But in case if you feel like you're losing or about to lose the mid game, which of course Sok didn't know yet because he was only on his way to Kaho's Expo trying to demolish it, and then he only found out that like there are a lot of treants, a lot of Moonwells, Moon Juice left as well, like a lot of archers. There were like force and trolls. So I think like it's a little bit of everything, but yeah, so far my predictions at least work. And let's see. So that's Hammerfall. Who do you think, Neo? Who do you think is gonna advance here?
I thought you would ask who wins, because of course we as the viewers will win as we get to see more of the newest map in the pool. Hammerfall, I am not too knowledgeable about it yet, but I've seen some great human performances here, and some people told me that it is slightly human favored, and this is Sok's pick. So I put all my money on Sok, and he's gonna claim match points on map 3.
All right. And Leon, what do you think about Hammerfall, Sok Kaho?
I just played it yesterday the first time, and this map is very interesting. I feel like we might see a very like basic Kaho. He will play one base, in my opinion. Maybe a counter expansion, but I think Kaho likes to be on one base and just push his opponent. But then a human player can actually creep that creep spot very well and add his expansion. And if Sok is doing that very well in the early game, he has a good shot here.
Let's see how it goes. Rather, do you predict another keeper like it was so successful in Autumn Leaf? So are we going back to Demon Hunter?
I'm 99% sure that's a keeper because of the Moonwell positioning here, actually. Whenever you position your Moonwells like that, it kind of indicates that it needs to be a keeper, and keeper it is, of course. With Demon Hunter, you're trying to build your base a little bit different. This is rather like a tavern or a keeper build, and it also kind of tells us that because Moonwell is shifted slightly towards the Expo, it kind of indicates that Kaho will be trying to maybe eventually try to Expo or play this in a Autumn Leaves manner.
Damn, prior to the game we said Kaho is not the one to adapt really, and he's not the one to expand really, but apparently against Sok style, that's his way to go now.
Probably. Sok is going for Archimage, as I said yesterday. So there are 2 creep camps. One of them is easiest to creep, and the other one has a Trapper, Golem. It's still possible to block the Footman, and then the Trapper, of course, casts the Ensnare on it. And the upper creep camp right now that Sok is actually going for the pool gives you a better item. Of course, the praise are for the close +8, so it's going to be easier to deal with harass. I also mentioned that Night Elf heroes, even if they get out of altar and run straight across, they do not make it on time. Human is always able to finish the entire camp here, and that's a part of why this map, of course, is being called a human favorite. And Sok is, of course, being Sok, doing Sok things. He's going for the fast expo play.
Yeah, no Water Elemental anymore, but good experience, Pendant of Energy, nice item. On the other side, we got the little camp right next to the base, as it's also the norm. And this is now a switch of pace, I guess, as Kaho is moving across and try to disrupt this expo, but Sok is already working on that Arcane Tower.
Absolutely, and I think it's gonna be Tier 1 Expo for Kaho. It is a Tier 1 Expo, just started on that very special position. It's actually, this position works for both upper and bottom respawns, so shout out for map makers who actually think about cool Expo positions for the Night Elf players. And besides everything, Sok yet again starts his Expo play, which I think is a very right choice from the Arcane Tower. That's really nice anti-keeper defense measurement that Sok is taking right now, and he's about to have the needed amount of lumber for the Expo, but the peasants went all the way back and there is no repair, and tower is getting cancelled, and that gives Kaho a slight advantage here.
Yeah, that was quite a big mistake. He wanted to save the peasants, of course. They don't fall to the keeper and level them up to level 2, as we all know how dangerous Entangle is, but if you can't get your Arcane up, that is a problem. So now he's forced to power build with most of the peasants against the Town Hall, so that isn't too late. And surprisingly, an upside for Kaho after the early game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that Sok I actually paid attention. He's very experienced in terms of playing into Night Elf and Keeper especially. So he's waiting till Keeper is going to spend more mana to start actually damaging the hero. And anything, if Keeper has full mana, he's usually trying to go after archers and treants. And it has to do with the Moonwall healing efficiency. So everything looking confident for the Sok here. Expo will go up. I think Arcane Tower will go up as well. Kaho is just creeping, taking a second camp. It's a book. And let's see what item he gets from here. It is... okay, it's Slippery Surf Agility. Not the very best, but expansion is about to go up for the Night Elf player.
We'll take some time without Nature's Blessing. It's a long way, but you also need some time to creep, so that should even out. And Sok, as always, gets some good information with the hurt footman not getting in range for Entangle, so it doesn't fall. So now what do you do with that information? Harass immediately or work on level 3?
Yeah, I think Keeper is gonna be, I'm not sure if he killed anything from the human side of things. He's gonna be around being level 3, and Sok is actually hitting really nice timing here. And Archer goes down. He's one creep or unit away from getting level 3. He has Dust, and that's gonna be the second Archer that's gonna die. Dust is on the cooldown. He needs to deny the Water Elemental, but Keeper is hitting level 3. That's Entangle level 2, and Archimage is getting focused and attacked by AOW. Level 3 for Archimage as well.
Water Elemental expires, but there's another Entangle on the Archmage. Might be forced into a town portal, trying to run away. And Keeper moves back for more Entangle against the remaining footman, who did some damage to archers. Definitely a delay on the expansion for Kaho. Both heroes level 3 now, both very powerful. And definitely capable of delaying expansions now. But Kaho has reached tier 2.
Yeah, Kaho is definitely in a good spot right now. Expansion overall was delayed for about 30 or maybe 40 seconds. But at what cost? Archimage is indeed level 3. Tech it just started for Sok, and now he needs to buy time. Looking at the map and the mercenary camps that, of course, I'm so sad they're removed and they replaced with the Goblin Slap. But I think it might be worse to go for the Thunder Korean human player style play here. Maybe it's worse to try to creep the Goblin Slap into Archimage 3.7 and possibly get a Zeppelin once morning time coming.
Ooh, that would be real good. There's a little bit of anti-air, but not the greatest control yet. So Zeppelin micro, I'd appreciate it. Keeper roaming around. Panda second is the choice once again. Lots of AoE, a little bit of mischance. But two bases unfolding. Sok halfway to tier 2, which is fine. Defend is coming as well. And again, we get this mid-game aggression from Sok, who did this really well on map 1. And I guess he's looking for trouble again. But can he cancel the lures?
I don't think so. He actually missed the timing by just a tiny bit. And Panda is definitely caught off guard because it's still creeping to level 2 on the right-hand side of the map. But Sok needs to just slow down the lumber economy for Kaho here, and he's going for the Wisp harass. One Wisp goes down so far, and it seems like Kaho is just microing everything else. Archimage is in a tricky position because Entangle is level 2 and it's a little bit hard to not to get like extra damage and be forced to TP out because that might end your harass. Human player needs to buy time now. He needs to like run around, get some lumber economy. I think even if the wisps are falling down, and also Sock has a very special feature. You see there are 2 footmen separately at the expo killing wisp, and that's the second wisp that's falling down already. Kaho, I mean Sock loves to make a separate control groups of just 2 footmen that would be like precisely attacking wisps on some other location usually.
Great catch, dude. I would have never noticed if not for you telling me 2 other footmen in the base. They're getting killed, but not the greatest experience. And that, of course, takes time to clean up. Time for Sock to go to tier 2, and he's again going for the Panda, but this time rifle casters are arriving a lot faster than on Autumn Leaves.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think the difference to with the last game is that the last game he spent a lot of resources on the second barracks, and then he spent resources for like extra 7 or 8 footmen that he built, and here he's going for that like strict rifleman caster or very effective supply. Buying Zeppelin, Sok is buying Zeppelin here actually and saving the rifleman from getting entangled. Kaho's keeper though is of course nice scout and really harassing Sok really well there, and Archimage is now buying his first scroll as well.
And a little more chip damage towards the northern expansion. 600 gold for Kaho, something that you usually want to spend, of course, at this time, but the harass didn't really allow it. So Wisp Hunt is on, but Kaho doesn't seem like he's struggling for lumber too much, and he's catching the Zeppelin at the south.
Oh yeah, now Kaho is not yet in a position to actually push because the bears are just getting out. Sok has Keeper Staff and back to protect the Shredder from Archimage. And Kaho is creeping Sok's point. That's exactly what he likes to do. Now question is how much gold would Sok go for? He actually, I think he got up to like 600 or 700 gold before breaking 50. And now he needs to get Panda level 3, while Kaho is trying to take all Sok's creep camps to prevent that. And of course, now Kaho needs to buy time while Sok needs to actually get some creeping and items.
Yeah, that's some great map control by Kaho, I feel. Panda level 3, Keeper level 4. As always, the humans need more time. Sok is catching the supply lead for the time being. But Master Training is coming, the Ancient of Wind is coming. He saw the Zeppelin, so obviously a Hippo would be great. And later on, Fairy Dragon's never a bad choice. First time Kaho is making it to the shop. That's some heal scrolls. We're gonna have a lot of AoE damage here in these fights.
Oh yeah, and I think this map actually, there might be even third base, knowing Sok and his like love for the tier 2 play, and now he's of course taking the ivory towers, and if Kaho is somehow able to defend here, after maybe TPing, Sok doesn't even creep Panda to level 3 now, he just starts towering from very far away. He doesn't have any mortar teams to actually play the position wars with the Night Elf here, but I think he's getting to that 70 supply timing push, and let's see if it's gonna work.
Yeah, let's see if we get a chat tower up like yesterday, but Kaho has to react. He has so much healing though, lots of sustain, obviously reju. We got a Moonwell in position, we got double heal scroll, and the heal wards once again. So this will be tough to break for Sok.
Definitely so, and I love this Wormel positioning because it literally walls off majority of the Night Elf units here. Night Elf is mostly, his army composition is out of melee. Archimage retrains for Blizzard, Breath of Fire, and Drunken Haze used on both sides. Kaho is taking all his lumber wisps from the Expo, and Arcane Tower is now going up. It starts hitting Panda, or is it? Arcane Tower is unfortunately hitting Archer for the 20th time. He needs to literally now only he re-targets that, and he still has a scroll of healing, so if he's able to somehow drag the Night Elf further down into his army and just kite him like undead players do, I think he might have a shot here, despite being out-leveled by Kaho.
Ooh, supply lead goes to Kaho. That fairy dragon is my personal hero in this fight, doing so much damage, but also the workers helping with the guard tower. Panda, a little bit surrounded, but the Zeppelin to the rescue, reposition. He's safe now. Archmage in trouble, holding on to dear life and the heal scroll. There we go. Invo potion is on the Panda. Kaho retreats, and Sok is taking the lead for now. Slow trap kicking in, and access to the shop for Sok as well. The Panda levels still worry me, but the Blizzard transition was genius, and the push is alive.
Oh yeah, I feel like Sok needs level 4 Archimage or brand new priests mainly right now, because Keeper is level 5. Keeper has his strings on the 3rd level of its ability, and it's quite hard now for a lot of players saved as well. I feel like Sok just needs a little bit of time and like more casters, because casters is something that's going to allow you to actually be breaking those players down. Archimage level 4 is absolutely a must, and Panda level 3, so all of those creep camps that Kaho took before now start to finally pay off here.
Oh, the Blizzard is looking good. The Song of Ice and Fire raining down on Kaho, but this time he doesn't have a heal scroll. He was blasting through 2 of these in the previous fight, but Sok again has to retreat. Archmage in trouble, so is the Panda. Only 1 Invo potion plus, of course, that heal scroll, but Kaho is just cleaning up the towers like it's nothing, and Tangle on the Archmage. So much danger! Has to save everything. Massive Breath of Fire. The fairy damage is coming in, and Sok, this is not gonna work, my friend.
I'm still impressed at Sok. I don't think he lost a single unit on that. He didn't allow a single exit kill to Kaho. He just saved like 4 no HP units with his Zeppelin, so excellent micro by the human player there. He still needs to go now to the bottom to get that level 4 Archimage and still get the brand new Scroll of Healings, and then preferably try to push up. But I'm afraid it might be just too late, because Panda, first of all, is getting the mana pot on the Kaho side of things, and also there is still a red camp left, and that red camp could give you Mana Stone or any mana item that might be disaster for the human player.
Yeah, if we get more Breath of Fires like this, dude, I definitely worry for Sok, who grabs the Ivory Towers again, grabs the heal scroll again, but he's 10 food down. Now adding a workshop. Is that maybe too late? The mortars, the gyros would have been a great addition in the last fight.
I definitely agree, but he was trying to hit the timing, but because maybe of the map or distances, I'm not even sure exactly what was wrong there, but I think he missed his timing window for the lore cancellation, and then like the Wisp Harass was okay, but then he again like tried to come for that push, and it was a little bit late. Maybe by like 30 seconds or 40 seconds he missed his window where he should have been 70 supply and attacking the Night Elf base, and that gave Kaho so much time. And now Kaho is just coming and slaughtering the workshop, as it seems, and oh my god, the position, the TP, the Drunken Haze and Fire, and Sok is now against the wall here.
Yeah, oh my god, he's trapped in his own base. That first heal scroll is already going down, but so is the Panda. What a slaughter! Kaho just chopping Sok's head off, and the Fairy Dragons again. Massive damage in combo with the Panda. That's the second heal scroll. And what's even left for Sok? Just Kaho dominance on map 2. He definitely learned how to play on Hammerfall. It's GG and match points for the young Night Elf.
Yeah, Neo, literally very well done by Kaho here. I think he adopted the Autumn Leaves play for Hammerfall and just showed us that this map could work for Night Elves as good as for the human players. What do you think, Leon?
Well, I think that actually the key was the early game again. He went for a direct expansion, then he went for some harassing and delayed his expansion a lot lately. I feel like he should not respect Kaho too much, just go for an expansion, defend it, and then go on map. Because sometimes I feel like humans play very aggressive and try to prevent a lot of stuff, but lose a lot of stuff as well, and they're not able to hold the counter push. So I would love to see Sok just playing his strategy, go for level 3, and just try to get on map like he did on Tidehunters. You saw him like just reacting to Kaho, because Kaho, when he's going for an expansion, Like, let him do that. Just go for a good timing and then punish him.
Game is up with a 5 at the end. Oh man, this must feel so bad for Sock defeating Happy and now facing match points against Kaho. But he's been in this position before, facing elimination, and there he was able to do it. So he's a fighter, just like our community is fighting for a higher prize pool, $3,550. That's absolutely fantastic. And I asked the players if they are ready or if they need a break. But usually these Warcraft players, they don't need breaks. They just want one game after the next. And I want one Leon and Razorcast after the next. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm very hyped for that one.
All right. So what map is it?
Northern
Islands. Oh. Okay. What do you find this map rather being an idle for a human map?
It's hard to say. It's better than Autumn Leaves sometimes, because Autumn Leaves is all about the merc camp timing and if you get the mercenaries. So that's a big problem sometimes on Autumn Leaves. Here you have no merc camp at all. So what you need to do is like to get an expansion fast and to make sure you counter the strategy of the Night Elf, what is in that case a fast expansion, what we can see here. I think like you will go for Demon Hunter and a natural expansion. What do you say?
Yeah, I think so too. So I feel like this moment here is actually very tricky for the human player because, okay, like you both creep the natural location, you set up the expo, and then the Night Elf is going towards the human's expo that's getting built, and a human must kind of cancel because Demon Hunter and expo together is very dangerous combination. Human is kind of odd to cancel the Night Elf's expo, and what happens is one human comes, Night Elf just cancels it, and Tech says nothing happened, while the human, if he's getting a lot of damage done on the expo, and if he's actually leaves it, he's getting it cancelled, and that's a little bit more expensive resource-wise, I would say.
We see a Mountain King first. I don't know what I think, if I like it or not. It's something different. It can be very fast countered by a Demon Hunter mana burn, but maybe Kaho is not expecting it, and it might work. But I feel like we gotta see a Mountain King expansion here.
Yeah, I wonder if Kaho ever plays Keeper on this map, because if he does, maybe it was some mind games in between too. I think Mountain King dropped few plays. I definitely saw Sock winning Colorful playing MK first, because the question is if you're able to land that like very first surround on the DH and make him spend his TP, because then whenever he's coming back, he doesn't feel so confident, and if you kill him once, then you're definitely in a lead, in the driver's seat of the game.
It looks like it. Very interesting that he's going for the green spot first. He gets Claws +4. Meanwhile, Kaho is expanding. He's getting the Talisman, and he's just trying to expand, I guess. Let's see if he's adapting to the Mountain King.
Yeah, Mountain King, I think, has been scouted by Kaho, by his Whisper, by the Tox base, and now I'm questioning, do you play the Must Hunts all in here, if you just see the Mountain King like that?
Kaho never likes to go for cheesy all-ins, I think. A lot of Night Elves like to do that because they know you have no water elementals to fight against. But I feel like Kaho just wants to go for the late game approach. That's what I feel like. You know?
And I think this is the most critical point. Would there be a mana burn that goes through, or would there be a bolt and surround on the Demon Hunter? Interesting fact that DH is playing Immolation and Burn because of the Talisman of Evasion that he got. But more interesting, the fact that Talisman of Evasion and Evasion of Demon Hunter actually stack, despite the item says that they do not, but they kind of work as two different instances.
What? No.
Yes, they do. So it doesn't say it does not stack with the passive ability, but it actually does. So there is a separate instance of 10%, let's say level 1 evasion, and then there is a second instance of 15% by the item one.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's one of like things that I just found out about it recently. Basically.
Okay, interesting. We see like the Mountain King now going for the Moonwell. It's very common to do so as when you go for MK first, because you are very strong in threatening the archers with the bolts. You see that? Like first mana burn coming in, but he's immediately bolting the archer and kills it. And this is the timing which is very dangerous for Kaho here, because he doesn't want to get his archers killed too much here. So Sock just killed one archer and lost one footman. Not the best trade. The expansion is getting up here for Kaho. So what I would love to see is more like at least maybe a dust on the Mountain King, so you maybe possible to get more archers killed here.
Yeah, I think so too, and I like that Moonwell positioning from Kaho. Sok is going for the Expo cancel, but it seems like the Expo is at 420, 250. Is it gonna go down? The Wisps are just coming in, and feels like the Expo is gonna survive. And so many footmen going down, and no mana for Mountain King now. Oof.
Oh my god. I hate to see that. I know how it feels like. You're actually too late. You think like, come on, maybe I can get it. And most of the time, that's a bad choice to go for the cancel here, because it's way too risky, you know? If you get it, it's good, but you already, like, imagine he kills the Tree of Life, but all his footmen get killed. So I feel like when you do that, you need to be sure you get this expansion killed and not too many losses out of that.
Oh yeah, and it's just like, you know, those tiny moments, like if I came just 5 seconds prior to that time, like it would have been down, literally. And well, hope that Sok recovers. He's getting a lot of damage on his Mountain King. That's really tricky because there is not too many things that could heal Mountain King on Northern Islands. And Sok is trying to macro. He's getting the second Rex up. I think he's gonna try to make even more footmen and possibly try to just eat the base.
What is very basic here with Mountain King first is that you go for a big rifleman push as well. So you will go for some footmen, try to delay the Night Elf, and then go for a big push. But I think he needs to do that. He's having a level 2.6 MK. He has not accomplished much with his push here. And I think Kaho is in a very, very good spot here.
It's hard for me to say like what's better for Demon Hunter at level 3 here as well. Like Kaho did go for Mana Burn level 2, but I think Immolation level 2 even with Mana Burn level 1 could have been alright, because Mountain King wouldn't have that much mana really, and even if it levels up, it doesn't get a lot of intelligence boost, just getting I believe 2 per level or something, and therefore I'm wondering if like Immolation would have been a better choice here, but so far, yeah, Sok is definitely transitioning into the Rifleman play. And let's see, would it be Blood Mage or Archimage second? What do you think?
It might be a Blood Mage second, also possible to combine with a Naga second sometimes if he wants to all in. He's going for the lores here. That's very good timing. Sok is going for, and I feel like the way he's playing the aggressive style, he wants to go for a big all-in. He's preparing it with Rifleman. You can see it, like he's already having 2. And I think he does maybe not go for a Sanctum. So he's just going for Mass Rifleman and wants to push Kaho down.
Yeah, I completely agree here, but still it feels like you need those Arcane Sanctums, you need the Sources, you need the Priest, because there is no legitimate way right now to heal the Mountain King, and whenever you get a lot of damage to that hero, it's really hard, because the regeneration scroll is bringing it up to like 200 something HP, and then like you like the full HP is around 800 for it. So Sok is very damaged. If he's getting mana burned here one more time, he's gonna be in a very awful position. Expo is up for Kaho. Now Demon Hunter, the mana burn and bolt traded. I don't think the second the lure is gonna get cancelled the second time.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Like, he would be so delayed with everything. So now he's, yeah, maybe getting a lot of bears, or Dryads at least, when the Sok wants to push. But maybe he's going for Tavern Hero here? No, he's going for Archmage second. That's what he's going for. All right. So, yeah, well, he's going for Master Rifleman and Priest. So it might work. The thing is, I think If Kaho gives his Panda level 3, that will be huge. If Sock is able to get the heal scrolls and maybe a good timing that the Panda is not on the highest level, and maybe now is the good timing because the bears are not master yet, right? So he has some rifleman, he has priest, he has everything he wants. So I think he should go for level 3 MK and just push the expansion.
Yeah, I completely agree, but I also want to point out that he needs, I think, at least one upgrade for the rifleman, especially given the quantity of those riflemen, because the rifleman damage increases really well. Like 2-0 riflemen feel really, you know, like high DPS units, and I think Archmage level 2 would have been nice as well.
So, yeah. I'm not quite sure. We see Ivory Taurus in the pocket of the Mountain King, so he will push soon. He gets the heal scroll, he gets, I think, the info pot as well. One heal scroll still left. So he will push soon. And the good thing about the push is, and playing Rifleman against Demon Hunter, is that when he needs to go from mana burn, most of the time they don't go for evasion 2. So the Demon Hunter is more squishy than usual.
Yeah, but he got that item, the Talisman of Evasion as well, and the push is here. All right, that's Sok is literally facing elimination here if he loses this push right now. And right here, Human will celebrate for Kaho, and Sok starts to focus that Demon Hunter.
Well, we see a Blizzard coming into the bears. The good thing is bears are not mastered yet. This is the timing now. He needs to kill the bears, and it's looking actually not bad. Whoa, the Demon Hunter is getting surrounded.
And
he has no staff. He has no staff.
Big potion, but he could transfer TP from his Panda. Now the master training is finished. All the wisps are blown up, and Demon Hunter is not getting killed here.
That was so close.
2 bears, 1 dryad. Quite a few more in production, though. Supply is dead even, but 2 towers would go up here for Sok. And I think if he is able to snipe the moon, Kaho is actually he could go up to 90 supply in terms of his supply limit.
Yeah, it was a bit like unfortunate. Like killing the Demon Hunter here would have given him a big boost. Now he needs to make sure he's getting some kills, like Mana Burn immediately coming in. But the Blizzard is doing quite some damage here, and Kaho's just focusing the shop. I think this is a big mistake. He's not repairing it more. Okay, now he needs just to kite him more. Does he have an heal scroll? Yes, he has an heal scroll left. And he waits for the perfect moment, but the slow trap is kicking in. Now Sok is kiting very well, actually. He's doing that so good. He has 1 heal scroll and he's using it immediately. Panda has no mana left. Demon Hunter has no mana left. The bears are going down. Now is the point to kill 1 bear after another. He has a heal, a mana pot on the Mountain King. And now the Demon Hunter kills 1 rifleman, maybe a 2nd rifleman now. The Breath of Fire was not the best Breath of Fire. Oh, the MK might so big. Oh, the MK
might be just dead, and MK falls down. And I feel like there were just not enough DPS units at some point. Like, he did come and do like really nice push, but little tiny things like the HP pot on the Demon Hunter, so some item luck for Kaho, and Kaho just made it. It is gonna be Night Elf Grand Finals, but Sok did, like, it's unfortunate he's getting eliminated here and now, of course, but he did a great run for this tournament.
Oh man, eliminating Happy and then falling to Kaho. He left the Lion Horn of Stormwind on the ground. So, in my opinion, deserved elimination. That would have been so good in that push. Not Sok's day, but man, Kaho is an absolute beast in this matchup. We thought he's a little one-dimensional, but he absolutely is not. Switched it up here today and caught Sok by surprise. Once Kaho figured out how Sok is playing today, he got his number and just won the fights. As Kaho, like when Kaho is successful, that's oftentimes the key, just execution. He was able to hold on against the pushes, and GG, Moon versus Kaho grand final.
That's very common for Sok to go for so weird openings and weird styles, and it kind of work, like especially against Kaho, who's maybe not that good against off-meter strategies. But I don't know. I felt like the dominance on Tidehunters showed us how it can work. Like, just go for his style, his openings, his rhythm. And I felt like sometimes if the opponent is like prepared a bit for what might come, yeah, you're giving up maps, you know.
No
Yeah,
human in
that's
the final. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's definitely so. I just wanted to add that probably like maybe creeping to level 3 rather than going for that like unorthodox harass timing. Maybe sometimes like just saving those footmen, because yes, you would cancel a few things here and there, but in the end, if those footmen survive all the way to the push time, and I feel like they're creating that like mass unit kind of effect, and everything becomes a little bit stupid on the pass finding way, and it, they help you to actually like position yourself correctly there. So yeah, lots of things here and there, but Kaho ends up being stronger today, and we're gonna see him later on the grand finals.
The biggest holiday for the Night Elf Discord, Moon versus Kaho. We're gonna have the second Night Elf champion after Foggy in Season 8, and the second Night Elf Mirror final in the history of W3Champions since Season 8. Oh man, can't help but feel sad for Sok, but Kaho deserved a victory, and we have 2 more grand finals up for you on the broadcast here. Next up is the 2-on-2 grand final, where the Phantom Aces pulled through. We have Scars and Pato versus Starbuck and Krav, and that's unfortunately the end of our broadcast with RazerMoon, because he has to play himself now.
Yeah, well, Neo, so thank you so much actually for inviting me. It was very fun to see all of those games, all of my favorite players, and of course to cast on my very favorite Twitch channel. Yeah, thank you so much for having me in. It was my pleasure and very entertaining actually to be here, and it's nice to meet Leon here and of course co-cast with him. That's also a great experience. So thank you so much, guys, and wish me luck, I think.
Will do, man. GG. Have fun. Thanks for getting up at like 7 a.m. or something to be ready for the broadcast. Great addition to the cast, and we will miss your Night Elf expertise in the grand final. But Leon, you get some rest. I put you on the bench for the 2-on-2 experts. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's completely fine. I'm very excited for the Night of Mirror now. I will watch some replays, get some expertise, and then we have some fun, I guess, right?
Absolutely, we will. If it's Moon versus Kaho, we always have fun. Now I'm gonna get Monk and Dark on the broadcast. I thank you all for contributing towards the channel and the finals. And of course, I thank all the people at W3Champions for doing what they're doing, because without them, we wouldn't have this competitive environment. W3Champions is the server to play on. If you think, well, Blizzard is providing Battle.net, that must be the best place to play, right? Hell no, you're so wrong. You couldn't be more wrong, except if you're RazerMoon and say that the evasion is stacking, which is obviously complete bullshit, but all right, we get that. You can play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 4-on-4, FFA, Banjo Ball, Dota, tower defenses, etc. on this server. So custom game players are obviously also welcome. W3Champions.com is the homepage. All you gotta do is to download a little add-on that will be added to your normal menu in Warcraft 3. And then you have a look that looks like the good old Battle.net that we all love and cherish. And we got 28 servers across the world, so it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter how good you are. We have the perfect place to play for you, whether it's the servers or the leagues. With the greatest matchmaking there is for Warcraft 3, you will find the perfect opponents. You can also watch all the games on Flow TV. And of course become a caster if you think I'm doing a shit job and you can do it better. That's how I started actually 15 years ago. So just grab a mic and watch Flow TV and cast the games, and there you go. Can make a career of casting Warcraft. And if you want to help the people, not with better cast than I do, but by helping out the best server, we are always looking for moderators to keep the server as clean as possible. We're also looking for developers, because the backbone of this project has been grinding hard for 3.5 years, and we need some fresh blood on the coding side of things. C#, .NET, React, Rust, TypeScript, and Node is what we're looking for. Also, we're looking for people who spread the word about W3Champions. That is mostly doable on social media, of course, if you know what to do on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, maybe hit them up. Plus, we're building a new launcher, which is in the beta form. Hey, here, I hear myself. That's weird. It's available in beta already. We want to make this as pretty and functional as possible. So if you're a graphic designer or UI UX designer, hit us up as well. The perfect person to go for is on the W3Champions Discord. His name is Sefid. Flood his inbox and flood the server with some posy vibes. They will need it. And I need now Monk and Dark by my side for that 2-on-2 grand final. Starbuck versus Krav coming up in